2 more segments left with Lindsey Williams. Then we got another guest coming up. He'll be back with us Friday, 12 noon. Lindsey, you heard my points just now before the break. Obama got 4 times the Wall Street money of McCain. They said the media said he was like a god who was going to save us all. He's been given the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm not disagreeing with you. I mean, I believe you were told these things. Your predictions that you were given were accurate in the past. It mirrors what we got from Inside Bilderberg. But Obama, McCain, they own both these guys. I mean, what are you saying? What are they saying?
John F. Kennedy. I touched this very cautiously. John F. Kennedy was quite a patriotic American. He did most everything that they wanted back in those days. But John F. Kennedy touched one sore spot, the Federal Reserve, and was going to tell the whole story when he got to Texas. And as a result, you know what happened to him. Now, Obama is touching a few spots that they don't like. Yes, I agree with you. He's doing almost everything that they want. Both of them were their man, so to speak.
Are they just racist, maybe deep down, and they want to crush him?
No, not necessarily. These people are not racist at all. Quite to the contrary. I won't get into that subject right now, but no, they're not racist at all. It's just that he's touching a few points that they don't necessarily like.
I mean, he told you this. So you're just reporting what he said. Let's take another call then. Let's talk to Eric in Pennsylvania. You're on the air, Eric.
Hey, Lindsey. Hey, Alex.
Hi, Eric.
Hey, Lindsey Williams, your website's really cool, man. I checked it out a few months ago. You got a lot of good info on there.
Well, thank you. You know, they made me close down my official website back 2 years ago. And they said, you either do that or we're going to take action against you. But, yeah.
Eric, do you have any quick questions?
Yeah, absolutely, I do. I was watching a Jordan Maxwell interview last week, and he was talking about how the Vatican runs the whole global government thing. Now, with all your meetings with the elites behind the scenes, have you ever heard this before? Do you agree with that?
No.
Okay, thank you, Eric. Hold on.
I've not heard that subject at all. We did not go into that with the gentleman the other day. He touched on the Satan's Messiah, or Devil's Messiah, he called it, but it didn't deal with that subject at all.
Yeah, I just want to be clear. The Vatican's called for New World Order. The Protestant leaders are pushing it. Pat Robertson's saying you can't stand against Obama. He's of the Lord. People get confused. All these major nations are controlled by the New World Order, and I would say the city of the Vatican is as well. So absolutely, but the establishment plays people off against each other with different pieces of the New World Order. This is an international financial elite that control the purse strings of the planet, and that's their main power structure. Lindsey?
Yes, the name of the game is control. It's not paper. It's gold and silver. And these people, some of them that I met when I was on the Trans-Alaska Oil Pipeline could write a check for $1 million every day the rest of their life and never spend all their money. The name of the game is control. Control of masses of people, manipulation of nations, currencies.
Because if you have control, you can just make yourself $100 trillion and have the slaves pay for it if you want.
Sure, and you paid for it. You gave them $2.5 trillion in the last 2 months of the Bush administration. They love you. They're laughing at you. I mean, this actually was brought out in this conversation. The elite are laughing at you, stupid Americans. I mean, it's time for you to sit up and take notice. These people think that you're totally dumb. You aren't. You've got plenty of sense. Now get up and do something about it.
We have to get past all the media hype and the sports and the entertainment and the celebrities and get down to real issues. An international private banking cartel is engaged in a Ponzi scheme overthrow of the U.S. The Ponzi scheme has been to destroy the United States.
Jones.
David Ray Griffin's coming up for the rest of the hour, then open phones and a huge news blitz in the 4th hour today. We are only 26 hours away from the release of Fall of the Republic at prisonplanet.tv. Lindsey Williams, who I really appreciate, is our guest right now. Let's talk to, who's up next here, John? That's who I thought. Matt in Ohio, you're on the air with Lindsey Williams. Go ahead.
Hello. I had a quick question here. I just tuned in, so I apologize. I wasn't able to listen to
That's okay. Go ahead.
part of the show here. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist, and I had done some research about Ellen G. White, a writer from the 1800s. She also had visions that she made predictions based on, and the question that I have is based on something that she wrote about. Obviously, she said there's going to be a second Great Depression, and we all know that that's pretty much on the way. But she also talked about a national Sunday law. Can you elaborate on that? Something,
Yeah, here's the deal, and I appreciate your call. I'm a Christian, but this is a secular radio show that I have pastors on. And all this ever turns into is Seventh-day Adventist, Jehovah's Witness, Baptist, Catholic stuff, and all of them asking who's right and whose vision's right and who's this and that. The bankers are announcing they're engineering a crisis to bring in a one-world government and destroy the dollar. They're deploying 379,000 regular army troops incrementally on the streets of America. All this stuff's happening, and I can prove it. They're getting ready to put carbon taxes on flying, on TV sets, on beef. Total control. And I've probably been sent that Seventh-day Adventist book probably 200 times. I mean, they're all over the office. I've read it years ago, and it talks about a second depression. I mean, I'm not bashing anybody. I'm not bashing Mormons, Seventh-day Adventists, any of it. I'm sure there's a lot of nice people in all those groups. It's just I don't gauge my decisions according to all that. And yes, they talk about there being a law, you've got to have church on Sunday and stuff like that. I mean, it's a totally separate subject than what we're talking about with the banks imploding. I don't see them making you have church on Sunday. I see the feds taking over the churches, and they can say whatever they want as long as they worship the government. Though they are banning rabbis having meetings at their houses and Christians having prayer meetings at their houses. So maybe that is going to happen. I don't know. Lindsey Williams, we got sidetracked. We got 2 minutes left, but your comments on that.
Yes, I really don't have any comments on that because that is not what this gentleman and I talked about. We talked about the secular part of it, and I've given you that. And on Friday, I will talk about everything he had to say about money, what's going to happen, the timeline, a chronological breakdown, and so on. We stayed with that because that's his expertise.
But what do you think of the fact that the establishment uses divide and conquer? And so there's just all these hundreds of groups. Each group has all the answers, they're told. And then everybody just debates. And no matter how many guests I have on about the Vatican being corrupt and being a big part of the New World Order, I always get emails and calls going, you never talk about the Vatican. Well, do you work for them? When I'm a Protestant and my family, the Ayers family and others helped found Texas in a Protestant revolution. And then I know that it came out that Israel put out a propaganda hit on me, knowing they can play people off against each other with this fable that I work for the Vatican or something. It's just pointless. They're trying to forcibly inoculate people. World government's coming down on us. All the big governments, all the big religions are New World Order controlled now. That doesn't mean you're New World Order controlled. You can stand up against the global government and the big government they use to force all of this on us. Pastor Williams, thank you so much for spending time with us today. We'll go over the last part of the timeline in the chronological order, high noon, Friday. I really appreciate you spending time with us. We got 30 seconds. Fire out that number for folks to get the new DVD.
7 hours of DVD viewing. Professionally done before numerous cameras. You've never seen anything like it. The number, toll-free number. I beg of you, copy these DVDs. The toll-free number is 888-799-6111.
We're out of time. We're out of time. Lindsey, I'll see you Friday at noon, okay?
Thank you.
God bless you. We'll be right back.